Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Windy City Sports Live YouTube channel. James Soul the third here with another video coming out. Considering I'm almost done with finals work at this point, this is actually part of my finals project for my sports blogging class, and I will continue this after the quarter is over. I might take a little pause because of the holidays and stuff like that. But anyway, Bears will be traveling to Ford Field tomorrow afternoon to take on the Detroit Lions. I originally it doesn't even matter what I was about to say right there. But anyway, yeah, Bears going to Detroit to take on the Lions. Should be a hostile environment for both for both the Bears staff and the players, as well as maybe any fans that show up. Because for once, the little brother of Detroit is actually doing good instead of being the eternal black sheep of the division like they have been for the past like half a millennium. Like almost my entire existence, they've been garbage. They had like a couple playoff years other than Caldwell. They fire him, but other than that, they've been garbage, and now all of a sudden they're 7-2. Good for you, Detroit. You finally have something good going for you, considering you as a city haven't had really anything good going for you since like the Red Wings and the Tigers in the early 2010s, like the early like mid 2000s, the Red Wings at one point, and then the Pistons. It's been years since it's been almost it's been almost a dec it's been almost 2 decades since you won that NBA championship after beating the crap out of the Lakers. But anyway, we are here now. We're going to talk about the NFL. So, Chicago Bears. Let's look at the offensive comparisons. The Lions right now have the second best offense in the league, average 406.4 yards per game. The Bears, meanwhile, are the bottom half of the league, averaging 322.8 yards per game. Passing offense. The Lions have the fourth best passing offense in the league, averaging 267.4 yards per game. The Bears, meanwhile, have one of the worst passing offenses, having 187.7 yards per game. Rushing offense. The Bears have the fifth best rushing offense in the league, averaging 135.4 yards per game. Lions are the fourth best, averaging 139. Scoring offense. Lions have the sixth best scoring offense in the league, averaging 26.8 points per game, so near 27 points. Whereas the Bears, they're bottom half of the league, averaging 20.4 points per game. So there's going to be a minimum of 20 points by at least one team. Could be by both. We don't know. Defense, meanwhile, to start it off, the Lions have a top 10 defense in the league, averaging 310.7 yards allowed per game. They used to have a top five, but then it kind of took a slight dip. The Bears, meanwhile, have a top 16 passing defense, averaging 324.2 defense, averaging 324.2 yards allowed per game. Passing defense, the Lions took a considerable nosedive compared to what they were earlier in the year, averaging 231.6 yards allowed in the air. Bears aren't that much better, averaging 248.2 yards allowed per game. Rushing defense, meanwhile, the Bears are the second best rushing defense in the league, averaging 76 yards per game allowed on the ground. Lions average 79.1 yards per game allowed on the ground. Scoring defense, the Lions have taken, like, their passing defense took a considerable nosedive. Now they average 22.6 points allowed per game. The Bears allow an average of 25 points per game. So, yeah, minimum of 20 points, possibly for each side, minimum for Detroit. Now, the Lions have a much better team, but their offensive line has been kind of banged up as of recently. It's not like Packers line by any means. That line's banged up the hell and back, and they may have to go consider drafting someone with that early pick, like Alt or Fashanu, one of those two. But anyway, the Bears, like, their offensive line is much better right now, considering like health wise. They have Braxton Jones and Tevin Jenkins on the left side. They've both been doing a great job, barely allowing any sacks on their quarterbacks, whether it's Bajan or Fields. The right side has Darnell Wright, who's raw right now, but he's great. He was graded as the highest rookie left tackle in his class, although CBS loves to hate for some reason, putting Paris Johnson above him, even though Paris Johnson's kind of getting wrecked by a lot of opposing pass rushers as well. Difference is he didn't really allow sacks because most of the time it's on the other side that gets blown up. It's usually like the other side linebacker or DE is coming to the quarterback before the guy that blows past Paris Johnson, which is weird because Paris Johnson was a left tackle at Ohio State and they have him right. So it's just weird. It's a weird thing. Now, sack wise, the Bears still among the top in the league in sacks allowed with 30, but they haven't really allowed many sacks the past couple of weeks. So they went from third to seventh. So that's good for them. That's considerable improvement. The Lions, meanwhile, they're one of the better teams, top six in not allowing sacks. Like top like bottom like fewest sacks allowed with 16. That's almost the fewest in the league. But their O line is considered to be banged up a little bit. Their defense is much better than ours by no question. But I think both teams can score 20 points. Justin Fields will be coming back for this game in Detroit. The Bears could at least get 20 points, depending on how if Luke Getsky even opens the playbook at all. Gets Shitsky, as I want to call him. But anyway, we got to make sure we open the playbook up more. Use Justin Fields both ways. He didn't really run that much in college, so but that doesn't mean anything right now to me or to the fan base. All that matters is can we get a win, and that is possible, but it's not really likely. I think the Lions will win this one because it is their home territory. In 2 weeks, they will come to us, where I think we could get a win against them in Soldier Field. But as of right now, I think we could lose like 29 to 23 ish. Close game. Lions will still win that one. But that's all really I got left to say on this issue. Then next week we'll take on the Vikings. There'll be a video coming up for that. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, like the video, comment down below, go check out our other videos, go check out the blog content, go check out the podcast content, and we will see you next time.